Hey there! Welcome to the show where ex-evangelicals watch and talk about TV shows and movies.
Ones we weren't allowed to watch as kids because, Satan and stuff.
I'm Donovan.
I am Zach, and Jesus stole our movies.
So let's put on our special little sunglasses, see these monsters for what they were and are, and get our movie back.
Nice. I'm assuming that's them or they, them, they, them.
They live.
They live. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
that's the
The Piper Keith David vehicle.
Keith David, who just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and that video of him getting the Hollywood Walk of Fame star is super beautiful because he was like crying, his wife was giving him a kiss. It was adorable.
And you sent it to me at a time that I was not feeling the best and it lifted my spirits very quickly. So thank you for that.
Because who does not like a good Keith David?
Hell yeah. Even as the cat from Coraline, dude was a smooth motherfucker.
It's so great.
But hello, people, and welcome to Jesus Stole Our Movies. We'd like to just chill out and watch movies we weren't allowed to and talk about why we weren't allowed to and things like that. And what are we doing today, Zach?
Today we're doing our second watch-along episode. We're not changing the format. Just to give everybody a heads up, we're not changing the format to watch-alongs. We're just doing this because there was a little bit of a time issue, and we thought we could crank a couple of these out.
Mm-hmm.
We might do them more in the future, not more in quantity in the future. We might do more in the future, but we will be returning to the original episode format in the future because we have guests coming up and we have a schedule and things. But we're going to do our second watch-along episode. Today we are watching the first episode of So Weird,
Which is a Disney Channel show from back in the early 2000s.
And the first episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Which needs no introduction. Everyone knows that's from Nickelodeon. Correct?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess not.
Yeah, no, it's from Nickelodeon. I did not know, however, that it was so popular that it got a second season, like a second run 3 years after it went off the air. So Are You Afraid of the Dark ran till 96, and then there was such a demand for it that they did another one from 99 to 2001.
There was also a reboot of it a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was pretty popular for sure. That I like Are You Afraid of the Dark because it's a little more campy, I feel. It's a little more cheesy.
I think the cheesiness only goes so far, and I guess it is a kid's show, and I'm a 30-something-year-old man, so I'm probably seeing it way too plainly. But I kind of would prefer something a little less. Whoa, spooky!
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. But when you're a kid, it's super fun. You're like, oh, you know what I mean? You get scared, but you're also like, it's like telling ghost stories. It's exactly what the format of the show is. It's like you're with your friends and you're just being silly and you don't really believe it, but part of your brain believes it, and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna die.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah. But I agree with you. That one does have more of a like heebie-jeebie. Isn't that one of the fucking Christian Goosebump knockoffs? Heebie-jeebies and spine crawlers.
Spine tinglers.
Spine tinglers and heebie-jeebies.
You hear that? That's the sound of all the spines cracking.
Oh, Lord. Welcome to Vincent Price's Chiropractors. But yeah, so today we are going to be watching those two shows. And do you have any experience with So Weird, buddy?
I had never even heard of this show.
Oh, stellar. Well, this was a show that I used to watch when I was a kid. I watched a lot of Disney Channel because Cartoon Network was my dad thought Cartoon Network was a little too blue sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was a little too dirty.
With Cow and Chicken and Johnny Bravo and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then of course I Am Weasel. That one had the big baboon butt, so he was like, "You don't need to be seeing this." And then Nickelodeon had a lot of the rebellious kids, with Salute Your Shorts and stuff. So I wasn't allowed to watch that a lot. But Disney Channel, my mom was obsessed with Disney, so that was like allowed. And when I found this show, I was like obsessed with ghosts and stuff when I was little. So when I found this show, I was so jazzed, and it became one of those ones where I would write it on the calendar and stuff, because back then you couldn't record stuff like that unless you had a VCR and things like that. You had to watch it when it aired. So I would like clear my schedule to make sure I was able to watch that show downstairs in the basement. I love this show so much.
And was that back in the day when Disney Channel was like subscription based?
No, this is when it would be in like the package of like the regular, like, I'm trying to think of like Comcast lineup. You know what I mean?
Because I remember when Disney Channel was, you could only pay for it, and that was like when Jet Jackson was on.
Yeah, this was right after that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that would have been probably why, it wasn't super dispersed to people. But like, if it was on for free to watch TV, man, I can't imagine like that. Oh, I
Famous Jet Jackson was another one of my favorite shows. It's funny.
Jet Jackson was cool. I don't. There were like preview weekends that how they advertised it, and I remember catching Jet Jackson and I think a couple of the other things on Disney Channel. Like I think even Stevens was on Disney Channel during pay time, and then they were on Disney Channel after the switchover.
Yeah,
I'm not sure when that happened, but
Even Stevens was another one I watched religiously because I love Shia LaBeouf because of that show. Current Shia LaBeouf, I don't know what's going on with that guy, and I've heard some bad things, but even Steven Shia LaBeouf I was obsessed with because I was around the same age as him in the show. And I took a lot of my stupid comedy chops at school from that character.
Likewise.
Dancing on desks to Aretha Franklin and shit. But
I would run around the yard screaming, "I'm no shorty pants kid!" Screaming.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm sitting next to Papa. Smack the seat.
That's fucking sick.
And then this is the perfect time for Peter Lorre to show up. Like the entire time.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about it.
His dad was abusing him.
Did you ever watch his autobiographical film, Honey Boy? Oh, that show was so sad.
Every time you laughed, he was doing it under extreme duress.
His dad made him do stand-up shows when he was like 8 in bars.
Oh my
That's just real shit right there. That's not even a joke.
But
how do you come out of that hole?
Yeah.
By acknowledging it and trying.
Speaking of bars,
you gonna rap?
Shit, goddamn! Get off your ass and jam. No, I don't have no idea. Speaking of bars, I highly suspect that the bar shown in the exterior establishing shot of this episode was also used for Patty's Pub. But I've only ever seen 2 episodes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so I couldn't even.
I've watched every episode, so I'll let you know, because that show is amazeballs.
All right, are you ready?
I am ready, sir.
You know what this show is, though?
What's that?
It's Parasocial Hometown Time, because this is all shot in Vancouver, baby.
Oh shit, that's what's up. You'll notice some of these actors too are in other things. Were you picking up on some of them?
Son, you already know.
I know. I'm watching it. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, man, I hope he doesn't pick these up. He's probably gonna pick these up.
I only saw one.
Okay, cool.
Was the one guy? Okay, we'll get to it.
Okay. All right.
Everybody in the club.
Everybody in the club. Let's not get tipsy. Let's watch So Weird.
Man, they said demons right up front. No way you'd be able to watch this show.
Nope.
It's of the devil. This definitely has Junior X-Files vibes. They even have the same font.
Oh my god, they do. This feels like Supernatural though too. Yeah. So CW, it's insane.
Who's that guy? Who's Eric Von Detten? I swear to God, he's familiar.
So he was in the movie Brink, which was another Disney Channel movie.
That dude's Brink? That's crazy.
So is his friend. Her brother is his best friend in Brink.
Dollar Store Jay Bruchel?
Yes.
passengers out on Lake Michigan. But before the Eastland could even leave the dock, it capsized in the murky water of the Chicago River. 844 people lost their lives. Men,
Hell yeah.
women,
You know me, I like a good maritime disaster. This is, they already have me. Like, is that Patty's Pub?
No.
Right there. No?
But some of them
No.
never were.
Lame. Never mind. I thought I was being clever.
It looks a lot like it though.
But, like, look at how much sunshine is happening. I was confused. I'm like, I recognize these buildings. Is it Vancouver or is this Toronto? Because you know this is Canadian. But, like, it was so sunny in this show that, like, I couldn't tell. I'm like, I've never seen Vancouver in all this sunlight.
Yeah, no, never. Oh, while we're seeing all these credits, I just reminded myself of something. Do you know who directed that first episode of Erie, Indiana we watched?
No.
Joe Dante.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Joe
That's
Dante
cool
is
stuff.
to those who don't know, Joe Dante is the director of Gremlins. So that's pretty fucking wild that he made that.
She's got a cool ass webpage with flash animation on it already. And, like, what is this, 98?
Turn it down, you guys.
When did
You
this
see a young girl, she's playing around on her
99.
computer. Playing around on her computer on her website, and she hears the loud guitar coming from the next room.
Check it out. Cybergirl's looking for little green Martians again.
I literally, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, was this dude, like, sneak dubbed by Jay Bruchel? Because listen to his voice. He sounds like Hiccup. It's great.
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
Take me to your later.
That's like a pretty advanced setup for a website in 99 for, like, a teen to have, you know?
Yeah,
Rad as hell.
Clue, you help.
She has a Matchbox 20 poster. Ew.
I just caught that too.
Resistance is futile.
So her
Looking at
brother's
Star
in
Trek lines?
her brother's in her room just messing with her and taunting her with her stuffed animals.
I think you look good with antennas.
And we have the revelation that they are not, in fact, in her room in a house.
Guys, why are you
They're in a
still up?
compartment on a
Houston, we have
traveling tour
problem.
bus.
Little sister's
Which,
malfunction is now
This
orbiting
tour bus is the most
fantasy land.
TARDIS, Tesseract, Madeline Langle, Wrinkle in Time ass. It's bigger on the inside tour bus I've ever seen.
Clue. You see your
Right,
present
when they
box
jerk
in the
forward,
kitchen?
because they do that before they reveal it, I thought that somebody like hit their house with a car or something.
Now, come on, you guys. By the time we hit 55
Like,
miles an hour,
her room is
lights out.
huge. Everybody
Ginormous.
else on the bus is sleeping in a 3x5 cot.
Right.
And
But
she has
she-
this huge ass room.
Okay.
So they call her Fee. Is it short for Sophia or Fiona?
Short for Fiona.
Okay.
Oh, hey, you know who that is?
Yes, I do. Who is that?
That's Terrell Rothery. She's the doctor from Stargate SG-1. Ubiquitous
who else?
Stargate SG-1 reference. I don't know who else. I don't know who these people
She
are.
was the mom in Warriors of Virtue.
Where are you guys going? And Clue, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the other lady. Yeah, this is her second appearance on the podcast.
She's now a seasoned regular on Jesus Stole Our Movies.
She also has an eternal appearance in my heart as one of my childhood crushes. But yeah, she was the mom in Warriors of Virtue. She's the doctor on Stargate SG-1. And I don't know if she's in the rest of the show because she's not listed in the cast.
Isn't this attractive?
No, she's only in this one. She gets recast.
Lame.
I checked.
Probably because she was making that Stargate money.
Yeah, right. She's got need this shit.
I mean, I totally help you, but I mean, this is way too much.
Because around 99-ish is probably when she was a full-time cast member on SG-1, because SG-1 is 97.
Nah, you can have the room. I'm gonna stand.
Look at how sunny it is.
So
This is the sunniest I've ever seen Vancouver in my life. They're covering this for Chicago, though.
Right.
Supposed to be Chicago.
They probably got a lot of extra lights on the street for it.
They just put up a couple struts and pretend it's the L. All you have to do is pretend there's an elevated train. You think you're in Chicago.
8 to 10.
So-
who would get to page 8 and keep on writing?
The kids are complaining to dad/roadie/homeschool teacher man that they don't want to do a history report. And this made me think, is this like an edutainment type show? Because they were dropping very specific historical details. And it kind of made me excited to maybe watch the rest of the episodes, because maybe you'll get that's what I really like is incorporating real historical details and stuff
You look tired.
into
Yeah.
fiction.
Absolutely.
Tired, guys.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's educational for the kids, and you get to watch a spooky ghost show at the same time.
Well, the one that they're talking about on here for sure is a real historical event. I know that.
Oh yeah,
So I don't remember for sure if they do that the rest of them, but if they do, agreed. That's a really cool format.
I could go to the aquarium.
Right now, they're trying to convince their dad / homeschool teacher that he's really burnt out and needs to take a day off.
What?
I could cap it all off by grading your history papers.
and he totally turns the joke back on him because he's not a dumbass. I think this is like later in Disney Channel stuff. They would just play him as a dope. You know what I mean?
Just straight up stupid and falling for everything.
Yeah, and I kind of really like the way the parents were in this show because like they weren't played as comedic or doofy. Like this is a very serious show for kids.
Yeah.
Like you see, like later, like Zach and Cody's mom is kind of a dimwit,
Yeah.
and the Mr. What's his name at the Tipton is kind of a doofus. What even Steven's mom and dad
Oh yeah, they're really
kind of
out
silly.
there. Yeah.
This is like a very, very mature show. I've
This
been watching
scene-
it as an older man. I'm like, she's talking to him about emotional stuff.
You're right. This scene right here in particular is pretty big because they start talking about their father that passed away.
About her. All this traveling.
Mom, Fee would be a geek queen whether we traveled or not. And don't even think about going back to writing advertising jingles. Seeing you in a business suit was totally depressing.
There's like cheeky 90s kid deprecating the adult humor.
Right.
And of course, that would be a reason why, church parents wouldn't want you to watch that.
No, right.
But why do the kids have to be rude to the parents? Why is everybody so rude in all these shows? They're just mean to each other. It's like sibling rage towards one another is such a prevalent thing. I'm like, why?
Well, that part was like it was written good. It was written well the way because they were talking about their dad that passed, and it was a really emotional moment. But the way that the acting was a little weird because he was just laughing and then immediately dropped. And I know that that's what they were going for and stuff, but the juxtaposition there was really, really weird.
What's that?
Spooky voices are happening. Flashing lights is happening. Oh my God! Somebody call the Winchester brothers.
Are some very kung fu fighting kangaroos?
Yeah.
Nothing's plugged in.
Okay, that's creepy.
That voice is very familiar too. I don't think I've ever seen that guy's name. Something Squatch something.
Yeah, his nickname is Squatch, which is dope because he's on a show with cryptids and shit.
And this dude, is that Harry Dean Stanton?
No, but it looks like him.
Where the venue shows, I'm sure I've seen him in a bunch of Sci-Fi Channel stuff.
Yeah, I've seen him before too.
He's a Canadian actor, man. And but like the owner of the club shows up, and he's like, "Oh, you found my ghosts," and everybody jokes about it, but nobody takes the kids seriously.
Fiona, Fee, say hi to Mr. Bellevaux. This is his club.
But now Fiona is badgering him about all these questions for ghosts.
Yeah. And like she is a little intense. She did have a latter days Disney Channel delivery just then with the hands.
Yeah.
That would definitely be a Disney Channel performance later in the Disney Channel one.
Yeah, way over the top.
Mhm.
Okay.
She's going through her message boards.
Chicago fire haunting story? Let's hear it.
She posted to her boards asking if anyone knows about any ghosts in that area.
So, and that's so like this is well lit. It's well shot. It's like hazy on purpose. The focus is soft. The lighting is very atmospheric on purpose. Like you're going to lose so much of this for those slapdash multi-camera sitcoms they're going to do later. Like this is a real dedicated show for kids. Like this is very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Agreed 100%. And the sets are so awesome.
I think this hallway was used in an X-Files episode, if I remember correctly. There's like a serial killer or something, and he like was targeting Scully, and they just threw up some tarps and stuff. Oh, she has the world's largest and most day glow Chekhov's Big Gulp I've ever seen in my life. She's got a camera with like an EMF reader on the camera.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. But she
And
was
she's
speaking to the
holding-
voices. Sorry, go ahead.
She's holding this gigundous cup, which you're like, oh, this child obviously has this gigantic cup for a reason. She turns around and sees a drippy boy. This small child just dripping all over the floor. And he turns very quickly and runs away, that's how you know he's a ghost. Because if you were that wet and you turned and ran that fast, you would faceplant down that hole.
You can kind of tell by the way he's running that he's trying to not fall.
It's like, oh shit!
If there was the music, you just hear the squeak.
She runs around the corner and he has disappeared.
Look at those wet footprints. They go into the wall. Wet spot on the wall.
Same girl, same.
That is so weird.
She said
Title
the
drop.
thing. She said the thing.
She said the name of the goddamn show. So lame.
Okay, promise you won't laugh, because this really freaked me out, and I did see it.
Aw,
It's
look
not
at
my
that.
imagination.
Look at that.
When I was a kid,
I
that
know
was
that
a cool
building.
shit for me.
I just dropped my soda.
When they
Just
did the
listen.
name drops like that, when I was
Really?
little, I'd be like, yeah.
Is there any point in Are You Afraid of the Dark when like somebody leans over and says, well, are you?
It's got to be,
Are
I'm
you-
sure. Probably at the end of the first episode.
Shut up! It wasn't a shadow.
You guys, don't start again.
He was wearing
Another more
old-fashioned clothes,
pointless
and the weird part was
sibling
we were all
anger.
friends.
Like, I'm so glad me and my sister don't fight like that. Like, my sister never treated me shitty like that. And maybe that's a boy thing. I don't know.
No, I probably would have picked on my sister like this if I could have.
Oh no, you wouldn't have been that mean.
No, not that mean, not at all. I'd definitely pick on her though, but definitely not this mean. This is intense.
He's very, very mean. Now that I know that the secondary boy character's name, now that I know the secondary boy character was Brink, I can't use my dollar store Ryder Strong joke on him.
Oh,
'Cause he looks like a poor man's Ryder Strong.
Isn't his name Clue?
Clue. His name is Clue in a mystery show. Come on, guys. Let's go.
What's their last name? I thought it was a reference.
Gulager.
Clue Gulager.
It's not. It's not.
I'm trying to remember the last name because I feel like it's a reference to something.
Clue Gulager is a reference for all you MST3K fans.
You know, I didn't laugh before,
Where in space
and I won't.
is this room on this tour bus? What kind of Tesseract-ass tour bus is this? Like, this room is huge. There's a window where there probably wouldn't be a window.
Jack was right. Maybe it was a tragic soda drowning.
So Clue's last name's family is Clue's last.
Do you believe me?
Clue's family name is Bell. I wonder if the guy that created this show, because I'm assuming he was big into cryptids and stuff and aliens, knew of Art Bell, and that was a reference to Art Bell, because that'd be pretty gnarly.
What's Fiona and Jack's last name?
Phillips.
Like your dad's
Oh.
right there with me.
We got too tipped off watching Erie, Indiana, where all the names are very obvious references.
Yeah, right. We just expected to be with everything now. Here we got another really emotional scene where they're talking about the passing of Fee's father.
Okay, kid.
She's basically saying, like, hey, I know that you're really upset because your dad died, but you can't just think that you see ghosts because of it. Which is one of the biggest things that I hate about American, like, stories and movies and TV shows is that they never believe the kids. That's one of my favorite things about other places, movies and stuff, but specifically Studio Ghibli. Like, every time one of them, like, a kid tells their parents, like, they tell the parents, like, there's a monster or something here. The parents are immediately just in it. They're like, yep, okay, let's go figure this out. Like, Totoro, the dad's just like, oh yeah, that's Totoro.
Is that maybe a Judeo-Christian sort of thing of children are not respected as human beings? Because I was told so many times as a kid I should be seen and not heard.
Well, it also goes back to what we were talking about earlier, the whole people are property thing. With in the church, your family is your property to the Father. I was told that constantly, you know. So, but anyway,
Fiona received a few hits on her request to the message board about the building in the images from the disaster, the sinking of the ship, is the same building that they brought the people to convalesce from the ship disaster. And she's looking at images on the screen when the still image turns toward her. This actually creeped me out a little bit. I love that bit. That's one of my favorite gags. And now her computer is running with water, and the kid in the still image is saying, "Help me." It's so cool.
it's creepy.
I know you get scared with like deep sea shit, but
Yeah.
like water-based hauntings are so cool. Like
No,
the
thank
water just started pouring out of her computer, and it flung itself across the room. Come on.
But for once, you knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, that still creeped me out a little bit. The way they did that was really good.
Well, and it's completely practical.
Yep, and
Put
the
a
way
hose in her computer and pumped it. It's so good.
the way that it shot across the room after all that was like the little cherry on the ice cream, where you're like, "Oh!"
And they probably just tied a cable to it and ran it through the wall and yanked on it.
Yep.
I'm not following you around so we can look for your imaginary.
It was a really actually effective horror scene, especially for little kids.
Absolutely.
Maybe not little kids, maybe like preteens, but
No, I was about 10 or 11. So yeah, I was about 10 or 11 when I watched this, and it creeped me out for sure.
she just went to antagonize her brother and Clue into coming to help her look for this ghost. And they have trashed their hotel room in record time. This touring rock and roll band, which I don't know if we actually said it, but they're on tour with their mom. This touring rock and roll band has only been in town for several hours, and these two teenage boys completely trashed their hotel room in like a world record setting amount of time.
Including eating all the frozen food in the freezer uncooked. That was disgusting.
Which, yeah. Is there frozen food? Is that part of the mini bar? If you open that burrito, it costs you $17.50. But if you leave it wrapped, no charge.
Or it's one of those ones with a sensor, so the second you moved it, charged.
They're back in that upstairs hallway with all the frosted glass that looks absolutely incredible for like a creepy setup. They went upstairs in the venue, and the ghost is approaching her again.
They split up like the mystery gang.
And her sweater is getting wet because the drippy boy is touching her.
I think he just pulled her to the wall.
Pretty damn cool. The wall just turned transparent. And she's checking her EMF. It says magnetometer, but it's an EMF detector.
What does that mean?
Disturbances in magnetic fields off company hauntings.
The speakers have big magnets in them, and there's a rock band downstairs that could cause those readings.
Oh, maybe she is reading it as a magnetometer, I guess. But that seems like an EMF thing that they would have later in Ghost Hunter shows.
Well, EMF stands for electromagnetic field, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is usually able to be disproven because like everything in our society uses electricity.
Some sort of it, yeah. She just figured out that there's a secret room behind that wall. How the hell did she figure that out so quick?
Not sure. And then they said, let's approach it from below because there's no door. So where did they find this floor?
That's what I'm saying.
And the floor had no ceiling underneath it. So there was just like exposed boards and joists, and they found a way up. I'm sure it had something to do with the renovation of the building. But now that they're in the secret room,
I'm guessing this is where they brought all the people when they died.
Or maybe, and I could see why you would cover that up or exclude it from your building plan.
You're right.
I hate that you keep doing this.
We're now having our supernatural, emotional bro dude moment, where her brother Jack is just being horribly fucking mean to her about their father's death. because
It doesn't matter.
we understand that her being so into the paranormal and trying to find ghosts might be a trauma response from her father passing away. And Jack is very, very mean to her. Like, he's never coming back. Stop thinking about your dead dad. Because you're a dickhead. And he deserves to get a trunk thrown at his head. Now their egress from the room has been cut off by this giant heavy trunk that of course could not be moved because of supernatural means.
Want something?
Oh my god. The ghost is desperately trying to signal them. He's obviously trying to tell them something by doing super crazy poltergeist activity. Full tables and trunks and stuff. Oh no, it's the ghost of FDR! An old-timey wheelchair just rolls by. In what is a very, very cool, probably practical effect, the room starts to rotate, and we see the gravity is clearly affected. So they have the room on a gimbal. Like, they've dedicated some resources to this show. The room is rotating, and all this stuff is falling down as Fiona's struggling up. As the room rotates, just like the deck of a capsizing vessel. She gets ghostly visions of the boy's mom and dad reaching for him, trying to get to him, trying to save him from falling off the capsized vessel. Desperately trying to reach for him, and he slips away, falling down into the lake or the river. I don't know what river goes to Lake Michigan because they're in Chicago. But the long protracted scene of this desperate struggle for this child to try to stay aboard the vessel, and he slides and slides. Fiona reaches to try to grab him, and the scene disappears. And she just has his coat. So cool. And now the room has returned right side up, with all the stuff still stacked to one side because gravity shifted. Such a cool idea, and like pretty actually creepy for a kid to watch. I could imagine why a parent might say, you know, this is a little, you wait till you're a little bit older, but not like ban it maybe. He notices now that the coat actually has the name of the kid, full government name, inside the collar of his coat, which is kind of weird. And this 1895 or 1906, I don't remember when the Great Chicago Fire was, but this kid from old-timey times, his name is just Brian. Brian? It's just Brian. Not like Lester or Hortense or, you know,
Have a good show. Okay.
some old-timey thing. Just Brian. Fiona almost falls to her death by the boards breaking and her falling down into the green room of the venue below. And her mom and like all the adults are like, what the fuck?
The river probably pulled his jacket off. And there must have been no other relatives to identify him.
So then what about the boy's grave?
The Historical Society will have it moved here. So he can be with his mom and dad.
Well, they stand by his grave in a
Cool story.
graveyard,
I can't wait
returning
to
his
see it.
jacket and knowing that his name was
Say
what
for
the
you
ghost
guys
really
playing
wanted them
Bedford
to
on
find,
Chicago pizza.
so he could be recognized and finally go to his rest beside his mom and dad. And they say that the Historical Society is going to move his grave because it was an unmarked grave because they didn't know who he was. Because apparently everybody in 1906 or 1895 or whatever it was just has their full government name sewn into the collar of their jacket, which completely makes sense, right?
But if she asks me again,
And now Jack and Fiona are having
tell
such a
you were doing
sweet
okay.
sibling moment. Yeah, you shouldn't have been such an asshole to her in the first place, and you wouldn't have these problems.
And you would know.
He couldn't even say something nice to her. He had to qualify it by saying, even though you're crazy. Just be nice to your sister, be nice to your siblings. I don't understand.
I think about him too, you know.
This kid is desperately trying to emote. He's like, what does sad face look like? Pensive lips, blinking eyes.
We'll be there in a minute.
Hey, kid. You about ready to go?
Yeah.
This is actually really, really good stuff. And granted, They are definitely. You can
I
tell
can't
they're. You know,
explain what you
it's
saw,
Vancouver
never
fall
doubted
time.
yourself.
Everybody's wearing very
and whatever
90s
happened,
Canadian coded clothing.
you did a really nice
But
thing.
come on, this is very fun. This is sweet and innocent and just
Listen, about my
kind of
life.
rad, honestly. I really found
Don't ruin
this
the moment.
very appealing. Yeah, I like a good paranormal investigation show. I like a good spooky ghost. And this just did that in a very sweet kind of uh fresh child eyes kind of way. And it's sincere. And it's for kids at the same time, which is kind of cool. So
Dude,
I would
that's-
definitely watch the rest of it.
It said produced by Henry Winkler.
Oh, okay. So it's a Winkler Rich production.
I guess so.
That'll do ya. You know who else? You know what else Henry Winkler produces?
Winkies.
I can't say it. I was gonna say authoritatively. Hold on, because I'm 95% sure that Henry Winkler also is a main producer on Stargate SG-1.
Oh boy. I hope you're right. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, because later it changes over to Richard Dean Anderson as one of the executive producers. But like, I believe, okay, maybe not Stargate SG-1, but yet another Richard Dean Anderson show, MacGyver, was a Winkler Rich production. So there is a Richard Dean Anderson connection somewhere. I'll find it. God damn it! It's my source in life. You know, Richard Dean Anderson was at like a convention in Columbus, and he's like 70, 72, something like that. I desperately wanted to go because like he might not be at conventions much longer or whatever. And it was his first time back in conventions in like 8 years. And I didn't get to go, and I was bummed.
Oh. The only cool person I ever met at any kind of convention, I went to a car show with my grandfather when I was younger because I was obsessed with the Dukes of Hazzard. And John Schneider was there. So I got to meet John Schneider, Bo Duke, and I was like, I was like 8 years old and was freaking out.
Is that before he started doing Christian movies?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? He might have been doing them already, but we were Christian, so that was probably even cooler.
I feel like Richard Dean Anderson is the only person that I would, only celebrity person I would ever actually pay to meet. Because you have to pay, right? You don't get to walk up for free and be like, "Oh, hey, you're my parasocial father."
Kevin Smith will allow that to happen. He'll take a picture with anybody who asks because what he always says is that the people who employ him are his fans, so he always makes time for people who want to say hi and stuff. So it's pretty dope.
You know, speaking of dead dad stuff, like the end of this episode.
Yeah.
My dad one time went to a convention because he wanted to meet William Shatner. He was like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna do the meet and greet with William Shatner." And he walks up and he stands in line for all this time because he didn't look it up. He stands in line for all this time, and then somebody says, "Yeah, it's $175 for the meet and greet and a photo op." My dad's like, $175. He gets so mad. He just walked out of the line that he'd been standing in for like 45 minutes. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. I heard it secondhand from my mom later, but like, oh, that is such a my dad story. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna meet William Shatner. I have to fucking pay to see the guy.
That's fantastic. I don't blame him. Jesus fucking Christ. Back then, that's even more money. That's fucking insane.
I paid to do photos with two of my favorite wrestlers at the time, and I didn't realize like how the economy of wrestling worked. And I thought it was really weird to pay money to take a picture with somebody.
Yeah.
And so then my friend took me aside and explained it to me. It's like, hey, listen, like these guys are barely getting paid for anything. So we got to help them out as much as possible. I'm like, oh, that makes a little bit of sense. But they were like reasonable. It was like $5. It wasn't like I have to pay $40 to take a picture with somebody I watched wrestle for 15 minutes 20 years ago. Like, no, it was like guys I really, really liked. It was only $5. But yeah.
Well, what you're saying is one of the reasons I don't have a problem with like going to conventions and doing that stuff. I haven't done it personally, but I wouldn't mind doing it, and I would love to for like, you know, old school like movie stars and shit, or old child actors that you grew up watching. I totally get that for sure.
Yeah. Support. Because
Hell
people
yeah,
don't get
brother.
paid very much. Even like performers. Like, yeah, you were on a show 20 years ago and you're maybe getting a 50-cent check in the mail every 2 weeks.
Yeah, you
50
get those
cents. Hell yeah.
sweet residge. Sweet
Residge, baby.
I'll cut this, but sorry for running out like that. My daughter called me on the phone, was saying that she was laying in bed because her stomach was hurting, so I had to go see what was going on.
You okay?
Yeah, she's 12, and we think that some stuff's starting to change for her, so we're like trying to be as comfortable for her as possible with going through that stuff. We have awesome systems in place, don't we, sir?
Nope, we're not Scotland.
All right. Well, thank you for backing me up on my sarcasm there.
We live in a backward ass bullshit country. We don't even have high speed rail. How could we ever even hope to have our citizens cared for?
Oh, what do you mean? Like our government does things to hurt its citizens. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like why would they? We do have protections in place. They're called Medicaid, and that could never fail.
Oh, you boys are in for some bad news.
So what did you think? I know you had more experience with So Weird than I, but I personally absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I would show this to children now just to get them, be that weird dad, like, this shit's awesome. You have to like it because I like it. Wear that Ninja Turtles t-shirt.
It reminds me of like a more serious Gravity Falls, which I fucking love, and my kids do too. So they would probably like this if I sat them down and watched it. But having the experience with it before and watching it now, it was very nostalgic, and it gave me this little like jolt of joy because it is such an awesome show. And remembering watching it back then, and it's still being able to admire it even as a little kid. It's like really fun to get to re-experience that. So yeah, you loved it though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. It was a very high quality production too.
Hell yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It was a very high quality production, and it scratches my little Vancouver itches that I like. Hopefully, in future episodes, we get to see more Vancouver stuff. Maybe they go to the woods and they go that same like 20-acre patch of woods that every fucking production ever has shot in.
Yeah, probably.
I actually recognize that tree. Like, come on.
That's the one that Benny had Dean pinned up to in Supernatural when he was in Purgatory.
There's an episode of Highlander, the television series, in which Mr. McLeod had a guy pinned up against that exact same tree. They must just have a hole drilled there that they can just like put harnesses in.
Yeah, that's a specific pushed against tree. They call it a push-up tree.
I think this tree was also in an episode of Once Upon a Time.
Oh God!
Hey, look at this. Look at this little town. Does that look familiar? Oh, that's the same town from Once Upon a Time that they used in the 2017 Power Rangers movie.
Oh my God! Yeah, right. No, it also happens to be the little town from Big Fish. Before we move on from the show, the last thing I want to ask you is, what are your thoughts on whether or not Christian parents would allow this in the home?
Oh yeah, you would not be. Anything with spirits, obviously.
Yeah.
There are specific Bible verses against you should not have any kind of communion with spirits. There's, you shouldn't mess with things after death, stuff like that. Also, like, isn't there a verse that's like, reject even the appearance of evil? Something like that. I can't remember it specifically off the top of my head, but like, even having paranormal stuff, even having a suggestion of ghosts, I would see where a parent would not want their kid to watch this.
Yeah.
But I could actually understand that, because it was a little actually creepy when the kid's head turns inside the still frame of the photograph, even though us as being horror film watching adults understood that was the next beat. It was still like, as a kid, I could see why you'd be scared. And, if you're watching it too young, maybe it'll be a little too scary. But like fucking preteens watching this, hell no, dude. Baseless fear mongering, basically.
Yeah. I don't think that this would be allowed in a lot of Christian homes either. And mostly my father, growing up, I was told that ghosts weren't real. If I ever saw a ghost, it was just a demon trying to trick me. So for sure. This show, my dad wouldn't have let me watch it if he knew I was watching it. So
understand.
I'm glad my mom was a little bit more relaxed with stuff, because every once in a while she would walk in the room while I was watching it and not give a shit. But this is the same woman that let me watch Law and Order SVU with her from like the age of 4 up. So
What is our next offering in our watch along for today?
we are about to watch the very first episode, which I believe might be the pilot of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Are you ready for this, sir?
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, I'm ready. I have high expectations because this is such a well-regarded television program by people our age.
Hell yeah.
And I remember not being allowed to watch it because it was spooky. And
Dookie.
like specifically if it was coming on next on Nick or whatever, that it would get cut off.
Your parents would like run across the room like, no.
Oh yeah, or we'd have to change the channel or whatever, because this is like very shortly, because the second iteration, the 99 to 2000, that would have been after we had cable.
Yeah.
So, and they were running reruns of it, obviously, on Nick. So
sure.
maybe that would have been a thing. Because not maybe, like my mom specifically would have shut the TV off or made us change the channel to something else. Also, that it was on Teen Nick or Snick or whatever it was.
Yes, Nick.
Because that was for more mature kids. I don't even think my sister, who's 4 years older than me, was able to watch that.
You just reminded me of Nick at Night. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But it was always older shows like
Green Acres and Gilligan's Island and
Happy Days.
Happy Days.
A lot of Happy Days.
So the proof is here that they've not just been mining nostalgia for our generation and Gen Xers. They've literally been mining nostalgia ever since TV has been a thing. Because they would play Andy Griffith on there.
Yeah.
They'd play Matlock on there, like all those older shows. And now there's entire like channels devoted to old timey programming on actual TV, so the olds can watch their old TV shows. So it's not just us being targeted by nostalgia bait; it's also the olds.
I read somewhere once that the reason why our generation is so obsessed with nostalgia, though, is because we were the first generation to be able to get our hands on the things that we missed because of technology and stuff like that. Back in the day, they'd be like, "Do you remember this show?" And they'd only be able to talk about it. Us, we'd be like, "Hey, do you remember? I'm trying to think of a random show, and my brain is blinking. The Puzzle Place." And then you can look up the theme song to the Puzzle Place or a whole fucking episode, and then you're like, "This is amazing." So I think that there's a lot to be said to that for sure.
Well, yeah, like back in the day, they didn't even think reruns were going to be a thing.
Right.
A lot of the original prints of some of the older Jerry Anderson shows, like Thunderbirds, there's entire series that have been just lost because the BBC had this thing about recording over shit. Like somebody recorded over the original Doctor Who tapes because they never thought anybody would give a crap about them again. So like
that's insane.
For the longest time, there was no record of like the very, very first Doctor Who stuff because they just recorded over it. And I think somebody found missing tapes or somebody was able to construct it because you couldn't even record off the TV onto a VHS tape. Like it was just broadcast and it was gone. Like you were saying, like it had to be appointment viewing.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't just check it out later. Like there was no way to do that. There was no home video. There was no anything.
Yeah, you hear that, kids? We didn't used to have that DVR bullshit. We were roughing it while watching our colored TVs. All right, let's get started on this epic theme song for Are You Afraid of the Dark? Season 1, Episode 1, titled The Tale of the Phantom Cab.
Well, that's pretty effective. That's nice and creepy intro. Everything's monochrome. The match lighting without being struck is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's rad as hell.
We're called the Midnight Society.
Now they're just a swingers
Separately,
club.
We're very different.
The
We like
swingers
different
club.
things. We go to different schools, and we have different friends.
We're seeing a bunch of kids sitting around a
One thing
campfire.
draws us together: the dark.
Everybody has the most 90s hair ever.
Each week, we gather around this fire.
And they sit
share our
and they
fears
tell stories
and
around
our
a fire, which
strange
is
and
pretty
scary
cool.
tales. It's what got
Like
us together,
later in the
and it's
later
what
in the
keeps bringing
series,
us
like
back.
do you know much about the show?
This is a warning to all who join us.
Nah, I know random
You're going to
episodes.
leave the comfort of the light
So you don't know if there's any like Midnight Society
and step into the world
storylines,
of the
or they just
supernatural.
show up every week and just tell ghost stories around the campfire.
I think they just show up every week. I don't remember if there's ever been any like
Frank Moore.
stories where they
You're
actually
considered
follow
as a new
the
member
members of the Midnight Society.
Yeah, what's with the blindfold?
I said it at the same time as that kid. That was weird.
Yeah, and you're not
You
in
deserve a
the
soda.
event.
Swell. Who sponsors Frank?
I do. He's a good guy.
Yeah, but can you tell a good story?
Who said that?
And they've brought a new initiate member
Remember, you
of
have
the
to tell
Midnight
the scary
Society
tale.
completely
Then you vote,
blindfolded,
and
which
it has to be
no
unanimous or you're
thank
not in.
you.
You ready?
This is the
Yeah,
part where they
ready.
jump them into the gang.
Are you
Yeah,
guys ready?
blood in, blood out, baby.
Ooh, I'm
They just put
scared
the
now.
fucking boots to this kid. The girl in the pink hat is just like has a chain from nowhere.
Yo, take this thing off.
Somebody's got a fork that they rubbed against the
Not
mortar
this
between the
year.
bricks for a long time, so it's nice
Dave.
and sharp.
You got it started.
This was one of my favorite parts of every episode. So they just handed one of the kids a bag full of this powder.
Okay, let's do it.
It's not cocaine.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society.
Woo!
I call this
They
story.
just start telling completely different stories. Grinding their teeth and shit.
No, seriously, listen for a second. I was in the woods, right? I was in the woods, and there was this cabin. It was just driving in the woods,
The story has started
Danny
after he
and Buzz
threw
were
the
brothers.
mysterious substance
They
into the
were
fire,
big,
which
strong,
seems like it would be the
smart.
thing that happens every episode,
Buzz was,
right?
well,
Yeah, before they start
kind of
talking, they
geek.
throw this powder in the
He
fire
wanted
that
to
makes
prove
it
himself
go
to
up.
his big brother.
And we cut into a pleasant mountain music scene of
Neither
two boys
guy
hiking
knew
through the woods.
Was that on this
One boy is
hiking trip?
clearly more outfitted for
Buzz
being in the
was
woods than
gonna
the
get
other.
the chance.
You don't go on a hike like that. He's in his sneaks too. Your ass deserves to get lost in the woods. There's a little salamander on it. That's cute.
The older
there-
boy just looks pissed off.
He's an
Where are we,
asshole.
Tonto?
Oh, is he gonna pee on the camera? Oh my god.
This is strange.
Looked like he was just gonna
We're
whip it
lost,
out and
aren't we?
pee.
It did.
Don't sweat, Denny. I know how to plot a course. You never trust me. I did trust you, and you got us lost, cheeseball.
We're not lost.
Watch it.
Why is he so mean? Like, why are you so mean to your
Great
brother?
Maud. Now we're lost and we can't read the map.
I hate
You
it.
are such a loser.
I'm not a loser.
Yeah, this kid's
And
really
we're
mean.
not lost. Look, there's the ridge we came up on. We can circle back and take the red trail.
Oh god, it's an
And
80-yard
it's
nightmare.
flat.
Watch the edge.
Whoa!
Like that
Low
kid's
st-
voice is clearly post-recorded.
Low stakes guitar. Kid's hanging off a cliff, and this is the sound they go for.
Oh, I can't find my glasses.
This music makes it sound like he just like dropped his ice cream or something.
Right.
Oh, poo.
I have been rescued by my asshole brother.
Set the compass.
And that kid's wearing Converse fucking All-Stars. These children deserve to get lost
the
in
guys
the woods.
really were lost.
Oh
It
no,
was
those
just
are
a
real
pain
hiking
at
boots.
first,
It just has a patch
But
on it that
nighttime
looks
was
like
coming on
it's
fast, and
Okay,
it was getting cold.
Might be.
it's getting cold and the sun is setting, and they're going to be lost in the
Doesn't make
woods. You know,
sense.
people have died in national parks being like 500 feet off a trail.
You even know how to use
Yep.
this?
Like,
Give me a break.
these kids are going to die of
We've been going
exposure.
south for
Ni-
hours.
they're
We
both
shouldn't
saying
even
it's
tell
cold,
by
but
now.
neither of them are
Look,
acting like it
the
is
needle
cold.
points north, and we're headed
They don't even
south.
have breath
What
coming
can
out
I
of their
say?
mouth.
Right.
That the way you always hold it?
Yeah, so?
Your belt
It's upside
buckle, genius.
down.
It's metal. The needle's always gonna point to it because it's a magnet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Why is he
uh-oh.
such an
We've been
asshole?
going the wrong way all day. Now we're lost and it's freezing. You are worthless.
No, no.
All right.
This place.
I'd be a little pissed off too if my little brother got us that lost in the woods.
I don't know if I'd call him worthless.
No,
Also,
I wouldn't.
How many belt buckles are actually made out of ferrous metal? You know what I mean? You wouldn't think that they're all. It's metal. It's a magnet. It's always going to point to it. Well, clearly you don't understand how magnets work. Oh, this kid later grows up to join ITP.
I should pound you.
Jeez.
Look,
This guy just really wants to fight his brother.
coming.
I should visit bodily harm upon you because you got me lost in the woods.
Maybe it's a ranger.
He's just gonna Donner party his little brother like right then and there. They've only been lost for like 6 hours.
You can freeze.
This is a little more cheeseball than So Weird was.
Slash us.
Yeah.
This is definitely the same patch of
Maybe you
woods in
should stay here and
Vancouver,
let me
though.
do the talking. Hey, hello? Who's there?
Because I bet you
Oh,
this was
turn
shot
off
in
the
Vancouver
brights.
too.
Hello? What have we here?
Because that guy's Canadian as
Buzz, and
fuck.
this is Denny. We got lost and we can't find the trail back to town.
Easy, Toad. You're not a ranger, are you?
Cameraman was having a hard time focusing the camera.
I'm a traveler, same as you.
Flynn's the name.
That
what are
wouldn't
you doing up
disturb
here?
me.
You lost too?
They just ran into a random man in the middle of the woods that just kind of talking creepy.
You might say that.
I'd be scared of Canadians in the woods too.
Couldn't be truly lost. I know these woods too well.
We far from town?
Farther than you know, my friend. Farther than you know.
Yeah, that's not
Can you
scary.
help us get back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anytime
so I don't
somebody
see anybody
repeats
else here.
specific words in a very ominous context.
Tell you what. You follow me.
Oh, it was shot in Quebec,
Wait.
like around Montreal. So no, that is not the same patch of woods,
I wouldn't go with him.
but
Gives me
it
the
is Canadian.
creeps.
You got a better idea?
So the stranger just told the boys that he would help them get to town and get them warmed up if he'd follow them into the woods further. And the older
Yeah.
brother's like, let's do this. And the younger brother is like, I don't think it's a great idea. But
No, thank you.
they follow him because that's what the older brother says to do.
Why don't you just tell us how
Because
to
he's
get back?
he's threatening to beat
Far,
the
you
shit
never
out of his.
find your way in the dark.
So who's this guy you're taking us to?
Good doctor. He's got a cottage a little ways up here.
In the woods? What kind of a doctor lives in the woods?
Patience, boys. You'll see. By the way, how are you guys at solving riddles?
Riddles? Why?
Just asking. Just
I want to know the audition process for the older brother. They come in and you're like, look, we just want you to be the biggest jerk you could be to everybody. Everyone that you look at. You're just really pissed off at them. Even your mom. Tell her you want to punch her in the throat.
Who lives here? The seven dwarfs?
There's just one thing, guys. Before you go asking the doctor for help,
Now,
make sure you really need it.
Why?
They're lost in the woods,
sometimes
bro.
The price he charges is a little steep.
Ew.
there's no fucking way I would go into that cabin.
So why don't you
No
just tell us how...
fucking way. Like this is the
Yo,
most
Flynn,
This is
creepy,
Let's
like
bolt.
to where? We're lost, remember?
hedge witch coated cabin I've ever seen.
You're not going in there.
It's
What else
there's
are we gonna do?
definitely
It's
some
freezing.
human sacrifice going on
Maybe he's got
inside that cabin. It's so creepy. It's got a thatched roof, and like the door isn't even like a real door. It's just boards nailed together.
Back off, would you?
How do
Sorry
drafts
I got
work?
us lost, Danny.
Don't worry, I'll smack you when we get home.
What?
Yeah, you wait around when we get home for your ass beat.
What's that?
The guy that they were with
I
just
know it's you.
disappeared.
He's trying to scare me.
Out of
doing a
nowhere,
good
and he
job.
was wearing conspicuously 1950s coated clothing, even though the show doesn't seem to have the budget to really hardcore code him as
Danny,
50s.
what's going
So
on?
a leather jacket and a white T-shirt underneath
Come on.
means he's
I don't know.
maybe it was just to not alarm them, because if he walked out of there looking like a suit and tie guy from the 50s or a greaser, they would have been like, hello, obvious ghost.
Oh,
I don't
Oh, God.
suppose either of you are any
What
good
does
at
this guy look
riddles?
like? He's Jack Black cosplaying as fucking Hagrid.
that is spot on. Holy crap.
He's got the crazy eyes.
I
He's
think we
like,
have the wrong house. Bye.
Boys, you've made a mistake. If you like my daughter,
imagine this character, but played by Brian Blessed. He just be yelling at them at the top of his
happens
lungs.
all the time. Come in.
I'm
come
just
in,
honestly,
get
I'm very
warm.
uncomfortable right now.
But he's like, come into my house. I'm going to forcibly bring you into my house. Boys, boys, boys.
It's like an overweight, very hairy, dirty-looking man. They're in his house now, and there's a bunch of Bunsen burners and beakers full of animals and fluids. But it's a weird-looking shack. It's not a lab.
It's definitely
Dr. Vink.
Dr. Fink?
Vink with a v. Who wants tea? I do.
Okay.
this dude's just out here making meth. That's all this shit is. He's out here making designer drugs, getting high.
Natural science. Huh? That's why I'm here, in case you're wondering. I've dedicated my life to studying flora and fauna.
Who?
There are many strange and wonderful things that occur in nature.
What is the music? Is this like
to really look
right?
and study.
Like
Observe.
Casio keyboard Celtic Nightmare happening behind?
Behold, a true wonder of nature. The brain
Crystal
of a
meth.
wild boar.
Yes, behold a true wonder of nature. A decapitated head.
Long after the body dies,
He's like holding the
brain
brains
still
of a
gives off
sheep or
electric
something.
impulses. Can you imagine if that energy could be harnessed?
Lick it. Lick it.
No thanks.
I'm not a nut bag.
Look, our parents are probably going nuts by now.
Spoiler,
And,
if somebody tells you they're not a nutbag,
How are you boys?
they're
at
probably
riddles?
a nutbag.
Doc, we're tired and we just want to go home.
Indeed, indeed. But first, a riddle. Try this one.
I won't let you leave my house until you
can you
answer a
walk
riddle. That
into
sounds
the woods?
terrifying.
We don't want to do riddles.
It's like challenging them to
Riddles
solve
exercise your
riddles.
brain. And where would you be with no brain?
I don't know. Ask the wild boar.
Halfway.
Ha! That's the first time I agreed with the brother.
That's how far you can walk into the woods. Halfway. After that, you'll be walking out.
Man, the ADR is so bad on this kid. What was the direction they gave to the person dubbing him? Just yell as loud as you can?
I'm going to call our folks.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a totally different voice. Like they just were like,
just begun.
we can't understand this
No, I
kid at
think we're
all.
done.
Bring in Timmy. Oh shit,
Play
homie
by
just
my
brought out some
rules.
shears.
It's like, I will cut this fucking
What do you
phone
want?
line and not let you call your parents unless you answer my riddles
Here's the
3.
This
I
man
ask
is
you,
terrifying.
and if you
He's
solve
creepy,
it,
yeah. He's
you can
definitely.
call your parents.
He's doing the most. He's making.
And
He's
if you
doing
don't solve it,
acting.
Then you leave.
That's it? We just leave?
Simple, no?
let's do it. I'm good at riddles.
Either way, you get to call your parents, then you tell them that there's a creep who's withholding his phone and he's acting weird, or you could leave and then you get found by somebody and you tell them that there was a creep that didn't help you and try to make you play some weird games. What's that behind him?
See, there's the...
Oh, I don't know. Is it an electric chair?
That's what it looks like. But it's got like shower dials. Is it a shower?
No. Maybe it's a maybe it's an old timey shower for disabled people. I don't know.
Perfect choice. This is
It's a dick sucking machine. He's just out here in the woods making meth and just like.
To solve it.
Just designing different machines.
What I do is I make specialized
What
sex toys.
is it that
Why is he
has no
standing
weight,
like that?
can be seen by the naked eye. And if you put it in a barrel, it would make the barrel lighter.
Air?
The riddle is,
I hate riddles.
what can be seen
Okay.
with the naked eye?
It's weightless.
But if you put it in a barrel, it
can be
makes the
seen by
barrel
the
lighter.
naked eye,
And it's weightless.
and if put in a barrel, would make the barrel lighter.
So?
I don't know.
An annoying kid, of course, has no idea. They'll be trapped forever. Their souls in limbo if they don't answer the riddles 3.
Wait, that riddle is too hard. Give us another one.
You had your chance and failed.
Now go die in the woods, boy.
Others.
Now go die in whatever way you see
Go
fit.
away. You know
What's the
where-
line
Go
that
away.
Denethor uses?
Lost.
Take a left on the trail, follow it to the dirt road and wait. A taxi cab will pick you up.
A cab? In the woods?
Comes by every night. Hurry, or you'll miss it.
Come on, Doc. Just let us use the phone.
Yeah.
The phone. Let us use the phone, but this definitely wasn't shot in Canada.
There is one way, I suppose.
What? What's
You know the actor Jacob Tremblay?
No.
He was in the room.
A
He
specimen?
was the youngest kid to be nominated for an Oscar. That's his dad. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up.
Your brother gives you credit
That's his dad? The beard
blue
man?
in the blue shirt.
Specimen. Something
The mean older brother.
use in my
That's weird.
experiments.
Mhm.
Something valuable.
He was in the room?
Fresh.
Yeah, the movie about that little boy.
This.
Not Tommy Wiseau room?
No, not that one.
He shows these boys a severed hand and some formaldehyde, and they freak the fuck out. They gotta go find that cab that comes to get him out of the way.
Now.
Evil
goodbye.
laugh.
Goodbye for now. I would have turned around and walked up casually and been like,
Can't put a
"What do
riddle
you
in a
mean
story
by
you can't
that?"
solve.
Maybe it can.
Yeah, right. It's weightless, you can see it, and if you put it in a barrel, it makes the barrel lighter. No way.
Sounds like one of those riddles you can't solve.
That's a cheat.
No. Maybe it can be solved.
Maybe you should all just lighten up and let me finish the story.
Yeah.
Why do they have game mechanics for their storytelling?
Thank you.
You can't tell a story with a riddle that can't be solved? Why?
Buzz,
It seems like an
back into
odd
the woods.
storytelling device.
All they wanted was to get as far away from Dr. Vink as possible.
They just think it's not fair, I guess.
Was that somebody's hand?
You saw it. The guy's a lunatic. As soon as we get home, I'm calling the cops.
We're still lost, you know.
Get it away from your belt.
Right.
You really think a cab's gonna come by?
Get real. There's no cabs in the woods.
Uh-oh. There's a taxi cab in the woods.
Lying. It's a taxi cab.
The
At least
dirty
it's a-
ass taxi.
At least it's like an old-timey coded taxi, you know? It's not like a 90s car.
Came by. Take us
Like,
into
it's
town.
like, that's a ghost. That is a fucking ghost. He's super pale, too.
And the second they got in, he turned off his light and the
Parents will
fare.
get it fair when we get home.
Yeesh.
Don't worry. I know you're good for it.
Flynn!
I figured I'd run into you guys again. Guess you didn't solve the riddle.
How do you know? Who are you?
I give a ride to folks who can't answer Dr. Vink's riddles. Happened to me around 40 years ago.
Whoa, slow down.
40 years ago?
He's been trapped in the forest, giving people ghostly taxi cab rides because he couldn't answer the
If
riddle.
I could solve the riddle. I couldn't, so he took a specimen from me.
What kind of specimen?
You didn't see it at his house? Oh boy, I think it's one of his favorites.
What is it?
It's not what it is, it's what it was.
Oh!
He's missing a hand.
I got
That's
off easy.
rad.
40 years I've been bringing folks up to Dr. Vink's, hoping they can solve the riddle. But they don't, so they all end up here with me.
What happens to them?
Hey, Dr. Vink's needs his specimens.
You're a lying sack. First of all,
Ew.
you're not that old.
Didn't I
You're a
tell you?
lying sack. What a horrible.
Doctor got his
What an insult.
specimen, had myself a nasty little accident. Crashed into this big old tree. You might say, I sort of died.
That wasn't even scary. That was really funny. You might say, I sort of died.
Stop the car! Stop the car!
Completely
They all
turning his
died,
head around.
just like
That's
me.
rad.
Every night I have the same accident with a different fare. It's kind of a curse. You probably heard some of my fares up around Dr. Vink's house.
The bushes! They were ghosts!
Nobody can
Every
leave until
year,
someone
every day for
solves
40
Dr.
years,
Vink's
he's had
riddle.
new fares. Like, that many people get lost in these woods.
Somehow
He straight up murders them.
Oh well.
You'd think they'd send search and rescue and close the park or something.
You said you could solve the riddle.
Send rangers out.
Some ranger just comes across the mass grave. Well, they all look like they've been hit by some car, but nothing's around.
It'll make the barrel lighter.
We're dead.
We're dead.
Still
That's
trying
the
to
problem
figure
with
out the riddle.
riddles. Is they sound so clever until it's the dumbest shit in the world. Like the response to this riddle.
It's
It's like-
helium. Helium will make the barrel later.
But you can't see helium.
Won't be long now. What can you see that's weightless?
Nothing. Air. But you can't see air. Or can you?
When it's
Wait a
cold.
second, there's a trick here. You can't put something in the barrel to make it lighter. You have to take something out. If you take something out of the
Wow,
barrel
the ADR is
itself, it'll be
so
lighter.
bad.
Yeah,
When the
he
kid's
does-
voice is like
Explosion we're gonna make.
screeching, it's horrible.
He sounds like he's yelling for sure.
Weightless.
Right.
You can see it, and if you put it in a barrel, it'll make the barrel lighter.
Say it!
It's a hole! It's a hole in the barrel!
Here we go!
We fucked up if the ghost taxi cab disappeared and they still took a header into the tree and got
Oh
killed.
my god, right? Just slammed.
We're alive.
Where's the cab?
It's gone.
Just like little Richie
We
and
broke
Page
the
Master.
curse. We're
my God.
saved.
I feel like these kids, like they told the kid, "You're not talking loud enough," and we can't hear you in the woods because our sound didn't pick you up. And so later in the post-production recording booth, he just remembered them telling him he wasn't loud enough, so he just screamed all his lines.
Just overcompensating.
Hey, there's an actual ranger.
You Denny and Buzz Crocker?
Yeah.
Your parents have been going nuts looking for you. The whole town's in an uproar. Come on, get in.
Yet another creepy adult asking them to do weird things. And if they weren't Denny and Buzz Crocker, so
Doing here anyway.
the ranger rocks up. He says, "Are you Denny and Buzz Crocker?"
No one ever saw
If
the
they
Phantom
weren't Denny and
Cab
Buzz
again.
Crocker, would this ranger have just drove
And when the
on and
boys
left
brought
two
the police
random
back to
hikers?
Dr.
Just like,
Vink's cottage,
yeah, you'll be fine, bud. Go ahead and
all
find your
that
way
was
back
left
to Montreal.
was an old
He's
stone
like, "Oh, sorry, you're not
foundation.
who I was looking for there." And just peels out.
I'll keep the
The end.
poutine warm for you.
So now he's
Now
done
vote.
telling his story, and
Thumbs
they're
up
gonna
means
vote
Frank's
with whether or
in,
not this
thumbs down
kid's
he's
allowed
not.
into the Midnight
And it has to be
Society.
unanimous.
The Midnight Society would be a dope band name.
Yeah. Fucking Harold Ramis Jr. over here is the adjudicator of the
Betty Ann.
Midnight Society.
Christian? Eric?
Eric? You're giving the company to Eric?
Congratulations, Frank. Welcome to the Midnight Society.
Congratulations, Frank. We're now going to unblindfold you from this fire you've been sitting around with all these weirdos.
No, everybody start punching. I'll grab the chain. A lot of handshakes going on. I didn't realize
First, he
this
just
was a
picks
job
up a
interview.
rock and like bashes his fucking leg in. You son of a bitch! That
Right,
was
that was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
interesting. It was probably a fun show to watch as a kid. You know, what kid doesn't like getting scared a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was explaining earlier. Is I just feel like that one is more of a goofy, spooky show. It's more like, isn't this gonna freak you out a little bit, buddy? Ooh.
It's so spooky. Oh,
But it kind of feels like it's got a little bit of a thing that for older kids to watch with the younger kids. You know what I mean? Like a couple of jokes and stuff. Like how we were chuckling at some things that little kids would probably think were terrifying, like when he turned his neck around and shit.
that was so funny. I'm kind of dead. Like it was that's fucking funny. That's Evil Dead level of horror comedy.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So do you
man.
think that this would be allowed in Christian households?
Oh, I can already tell you, no way, dude.
No, not at
And
all.
you know, this is normally you want to avoid generalizations, but like I am making generalizations, and we are making generalizations when we say, would these things be permissible in all Christian households? Of course, some parents who identify as Christian are going to say that's fine. You know, it's always a spectrum. There's no actual binaries in anything except for like maybe 4 specific human rights that are the only things that are binary in the world. So like, it's like you shouldn't kill people, you shouldn't own human beings as property, and you should not force sex on another human being. Are the only three binary things in the world, I think. Everything else has so many iterations and, complexities to it. But I could definitely see why this would be kept away from kids, because like the whole idea of we should not have a spirit of fear crops up like it did with Goosebumps.
Right.
Like, why should my
Absolutely.
children be exposed to ghosts and darkness? It'll taint their souls.
It'll only be a portal to more evil,
Yeah.
inviting demons into our household through the television set. Gross.
I don't know. I just feel like why is everything so why is there always such a victimhood complex and a fear mongering that happens with all this stuff? It just seems so bizarre to me that everything is so fear mongery and victim complexy.
I mean,
they're putting these television shows out here to make sure that your children will be in contact with the devil, or everything is a conspiracy, or everything has another meaning to it. It's like somebody just wants to sell ad time. Sorry, but that's all this really is. That's all TV is. It's like a very complex way to make people buy shit. You know what I mean?
Yep. Unfortunately.
That should be the scare. Capitalism is the scare. That's what we should learn from all horror, that capitalism is the ultimate monster.
You're not wrong. Fucking A. Well, I think that my personal take is that this definitely wouldn't be allowed in Christian households because it's got spooky dooky demons.
Spooky dooky demons? Gross.
Yeah, man. Didn't you see those dookie jars in Dr. Vin's house?
It's the spooky dookie demons is the end of Weird Science. Is that Weird Science where the guy gets turned into a poop monster?
Yeah, yep. There's also a poop monster in Dogma.
You've
ever seen Dogma? That's a great one.
Yeah, I like a good Dogma. It's like one of the 3 Kevin Smith movies. Actually, might be the Kevin Smith movie I actually like. I don't know.
I haven't watched it in a while, but it's one of my favorites. It has one of my favorite subtle jokes in it with Matt Damon after he's playing Loki and he kills all the people in the boardroom. And then there's that one lady who lets live because she's actually like a good soul. And he's like, you're really great. And then he's like holding the gun, but then he remembers he sneezed earlier. But you didn't say God bless you when I sneezed.
Oh my God.
He almost shoots her. And then Ben Affleck's like, Loki! He's like, all right, you're lucky this time. But yeah. I enjoyed watching this, though. I thought it was a fun little campy trip. It'd be fun to watch it with my kids. I feel like they'd really get a kick out of it. I love a good Dutch tilt, and this show had a lot. Dutch tilt fog machine? Hell yeah, brother.
They had the hardcore Dutch tilt when they ran out of that cabin, and the camera was like 45 degrees. It was rad as hell.
I feel like this one is definitely more for younger kids. I feel like this is for like 7-year-olds that are wanting to be a little spooked out, like 5th grade maybe or 4th grade. Goosebumps, I feel like is for more middle school. So that's why I think I feel because there's some Goosebumps that are a little bit more intense. Well, the one we watched was a little intense, man.
Yeah, the one we watched was intense for other reasons that only an adult would find intense.
Yeah, right.
Like a kid's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't want to get old. Oh, scary Aunt Dahlia or whatever." But an adult would see this as, "Holy shit, this is like human trafficking."
Exactly.
I feel like I remember Goosebumps more in elementary school than it was in middle school. Like the actual books being passed around and going to the Scholastic book fairs and stuff.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Seeing more Goosebumps in elementary school, but this is sort of comparable to your Goosebumps. I think like this is light scary enough to be like, okay, whatever. But
well, I also haven't watched enough of these probably to compare the two. So maybe if I watched a few more, I would see which more. I just want to figure out which one of the two is more scary. That's what I want to figure out, just for my personal beliefs.
I don't think you'd be able to determine that unless you were a middle school or 5th grader. You know what I mean?
What if you act like a middle schooler or an 8th grader?
What if you have the mind of a child?
Yes, because according to my wife, I should be able to pull this off pretty easily. But all right, I think that's what we'll wrap up today's episode. What do you think, sir?
Sounds good to me. If you like what you heard, if you want to hear more, if you want to hang out with us a little bit, come on back next time, and we will probably actually be talking about the movie we're trying to talk about, which is Silent Hill.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, we just didn't have time to write a script. It takes me a minute to write the scripts for the show, and I didn't have time to watch it. So we did this because it was quicker. And
it was fun.
It was very fun. And we're going to do more watch-alongs in the future. But if you like what you heard, shoot us a thumbs up on Spotify, or leave us a comment and a review and a 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher you're on. Spotify lets you do comments on individual episodes now, which is really weird.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, tell us what you think. Visit us at Instagram at jesus.stole. I'm Z Reynolds Writes on Instagram.
I'm DJ DMed, DJ DMED on Instagram.
And you can email us and tell us how wrong and dumb we are at jesusstolenmovies@gmail.com. Big thank you to Mustard Plug for the use of our theme song, Vampire. So if you like our theme song, go check out that band because they're a great band. They're good people.
Mustard Plugged. That was a Kendrick Lamar reference.
Yep. Mustard on the beat, though. Mustard is the name of a producer, I guess.
Yep. Mustard Plugged.
Past tense. Because once the plug has been plugged, therefore, there's no more plugging.
And there's no need for more mustard, for it has been plugged.
And indeed, no more mustard can pass through the threshold because the threshold has been plugged by its very own mustard.
For the mustard hath been plugged.
Pluggest not thou plug not thou, lest you too shall be plugged. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
A butt plug in the shape of a mustard bottle.
Nothing wrong with that.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Pick it the fuck up. Oh, speaking of ska music, I was just on an episode of Jesus. Your Music Saved Us with Jay and Clifton, our friends, and we talked about a really shitty Christian ska band, and that was very, very fun because we were all like, I can't believe how terrible this is.
Oh my god.
We talked about some obscure Christian ska record from the 90s, and it was very, very fun. So if you want to hear that, go on over to Your Music Saved Us, and the episode is just entitled Buck. They're a great podcast. You should just listen to them anyway because they talk about all these weirdo Christian bands from the 90s.
Hell yeah, and they're awesome dudes. And they'll be on here soon to talk about The Last Temptation of Christ.
Or as we might call it, Jesus fucks.
Yeah, buddy. Jesus gets
We all know that the last temptation of Christ was that ass.
Yeah, buddy. The devil was tempting him in the desert. He's like, don't you want some of that? Don't you like that? Come on.
What is that? Is that a Megan Thee Stallion song? It's like hands on my thighs, making knees on my thought shit. Hands on my knees, making thighs on my thought shit.
I don't know. But do you think Jesus would dance to that?
No, I think that's what Mary Magdalene was like twerking in the desert. And he was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm a man of God. Be gone, thought. Be gone.
I'm a carpenter, so I know how to use this here wood.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, come back next time and we talk about Silent Hill.
Have mercy.
See you later. Listen to more ska. Bye.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Bye.